is your man right here. You gotta
See, first of all, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Mike? Okay. I like you. Keep it real. I like you. All right, so pretty simple stuff. First of all, the 5-pillar philosophy is mainly on just focusing on different things to help you achieve your goals. So first of all is mindset, all right? We're gonna be more than just a gym talking about nutrition and fitness, which is important, but we wanna talk about your mindset. I want you to know, I wanna know each and every single one of you of why you're here, okay? I know that it takes a huge amount of courage to walk through these doors. I know it takes a huge amount of courage to do something that you never heard about, do something you've never done, and then walk into a room and meet 50 other ladies that you have no idea who their name is. So it's all about that mindset helping you. Organic, whole food nutrition, we'll talk about that stuff later, but in regards to really focusing on changing that mindset. It's our job to make sure that we provide you with all the tools and the skill set that we have, as well as other top fitness professionals in the field to educate you and empower you as much as possible. Because if I just keep all this information in here, then I'm not doing my job right. I want to share that with you as much as possible. Burst training, okay? So pretty simple is at the end of the day, or end of our workout, we're gonna do burst training. I might give you a little sample here in the next couple of minutes, but we'll go from there. But anyways, the reason we do that is because we want to increase your metabolism even when you're not in the gym. When you're out of the gym, we're gonna be burning fat even at rest. So imagine as your body as an engine, and we're gonna keep on having that engine keep on rocking and rolling to make sure you're burning fat even at rest. Strength training. Some of the ladies that I talked to, first of all, for every single lady that came last week, I had 70 focus minutes. Cheer it up for those 70 ladies. And I know that some of you still want it, and I open up some more slots, and we'll talk afterwards, but for you just coming over to me, and like, you don't even know who I am, you see my videos, but opening up to all that you have in the 15, 20 minutes that we sat down together, I know that takes a lot of courage too. But strength training, I know some of you don't really have a lot of experience with strength training. Don't freak out. We don't have barbells in here for a reason, number one. Number two, we want to make sure you're getting a different metabolic effect when you're working out. So yes, some of you might have done cardio before in the past, but when you strength train, you're going to get a different metabolic effect to make sure your body's constantly guessing so we do not get adapted to what's going on. Finally, that BBC, that community, that environment that Lori talked about, all right? I'll give you a little bio about who I am and my journey. So I was in the Air Force for 10 years, and I loved working out. Probably, it was like, I was going through a hard time in my life, and my sister kept on saying, you need to work out, you need to work out. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna watch Grey's Anatomy. And I'm being honest, I would cry in Grey's Anatomy when George went, don't get me started on Grey's Anatomy. Like the beginning of Grey's, not like the end. But Grey's Anatomy, a grown man crying in his house, like nonstop. I love movies, and my wife over there will tell you I'll cry. I took one of my goddaughter to go see Toy Story 3 one day, like when it first came out. And she's like, Uncle Eddie, like, what's up? She's like, you're right. I'm like, you're right, you're mom. So I'm just an emotional guy. That's just how we get down. But and I'm not even lying. But more importantly is I was going through a really hard time, and I was in the military, and I felt like it was a godsend. I got deployed to Afghanistan. I just needed to get away. I was probably in the lowest point of my life. And I really changed the mindset for me to work out, and for me, it was a form of therapy. For me, it was, so I was not upset. For me, it was a point where I wasn't gonna get into that depression hole or funnel where I felt like I couldn't get out of it. And I know that I had all support system around me, but I know I couldn't do that until I looked in the mirror and did what I had to do. So I worked out, I changed my body, had the hot bod, back muscles, all that cool stuff. And then my second deployment in Iraq, I kept on working out, etc. And then I was realized, okay, should I stay in? Should I get out? I'm not sure. So I went to the education counselor. I didn't have my degree at the time. And she said, hey, what do you love? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, what do you really love? I'm like, working out. She's like, have you heard of exercise science? I'm like, what's that? And then she's like, oh, you talk about anatomy and physiology. I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty dope. Didn't know what I was getting into. But anyways, I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. My sister lived there. My nephew was there. He was 14. He was a freshman in high school. And I was away for so long. I really wanted to be there. Family is really huge for me. And then I became a personal trainer. And I was personal training in a big box gym. And then I was going to school to pursue my undergraduate degree in exercise science. My degree took a little longer than I wanted. But I knew when I was in class, I loved every single thing that I did. From then on, I graduated, did some internships for strength and conditioning. I left the gym, was more of a strength conditioning coach, learned so much from all my different mentors in the field, but more importantly, I worked with youth athletes, got a job after graduation, worked with kids from 9 years old all the way to 20, in lacrosse, soccer, every sport you could think of, and I'm a big kid, so I came up with like different dad handshakes and all that, like the kids just loved me. And then what brought me to Burn was Shelly came to me in January and said, hey, I've been doing Burn for 3 years, it's changed my life, I think this would be really good for you. I'm like, all right, you can't knock something unless you try it. So I took my first camp in Matthews in January. I'm like, okay, this is different. Then I took another camp in Huntersville a couple weeks later. I'm like, okay, this is still different. And then I took my week-long training in Huntersville, but I went to a gym in Charlotte called Bootcamp, obviously, Elizabeth. But what motivates me and what inspires me is, I'm a high-energy guy. I mean, I love what I do. But when I see ladies on a day-to-day level motivate each other, and I just sit back and do one of these, like a little electric slide, and I do one of those, and I see like all that energy and that vibe motivating each other, saying, you're not in this alone, I got you. I went to Viera, Florida. These two ladies right here, Erin and Alina, they are the franchise partners of Viera. They needed a head trainer, their head trainer left unexpectedly. I went there I was supposed to go for 5 days, but I fell in love so much, I was like, I'm staying another week, I got y'all. Because those ladies in Florida just gave me so much love, and it's literally every burn that you go to, it's something that you cannot put words into. And I know it sounds a little cheesy, and those are then focus meetings, but when you see the other lady next to you saying, girl, you got this, girl, G-U-R-O, okay? All those different things, and you're having fun, and exactly what Lori said is, it's a community in the community. That's what we want to create. We want to create that family environment. I want to know your name. I want to know your kids' names. I want to know your dog's name. I want to know what you'd like to do, because essentially it's personal training in a group setting, but you are not a number. Without every single one of you sitting down on that floor right now, we would not be here, okay? So you know that for sure. I want you to look around right now, because I've gotten over, I'm all about reflection. Look around the room. You don't know some of these ladies. You don't know. But you're going to be in the battle, in the mud with them, on the floor, motivating each other. There might be someone right next to you that you have no idea who they are. They might be the best friend in your entire life, moving forward. So that's what I challenge you is, right now, do me a favor. High five next to your neighbor saying, we're not in this alone. All right, so now I like to switch it up, okay? It's obviously a gym. We got to work out, so I want everyone to stand.